Urashima Taro. Once upon a time, on a little island somewhere in Japan, there lived a fisherman named Urashima Taro. Taro's house was on a flower-covered hill overlooking the sea, and every day he would go down to the shore or out in his boat to fish. Whenever he caught something, he would bring it back home, at the end of the day, to give to his kindly old mother. More often than not, however, Taro caught nothing at all. Not that ever bothered him. Taro was a daydreamer, and he was content just to spend his days gazing at the sky, the shoreline, and the beautiful deep blue sea. It was nothing for him to idle away an entire afternoon staring at the water and imagining what it would be like to be a fish. One evening, Urashima Taro was walking along the shore toward home, empty-handed as usual. All the other fishermen had caught as many fish as their boats could hold that day, but Taro hardly seemed to notice. He was smiling to himself, lost in another dream. He was near his house when he noticed a group of boys standing in a circle, shouting and poking at something with sticks. Taro approached them and saw that they were teasing a baby turtle. "Stop that!" he scolded the boys. "You shouldn't pick on creatures that are smaller and weaker than yourselves." The boys ran away, jeering, and Urashima Taro picked up the baby turtle and carried to the water. "There you are, little fellow," he said. "You be careful on your way home now." Even after the turtle had disappeared below the waves, Taro remained on the shore, waving goodbye and gazing at the sea. That's the kind of person Taro was, gentle and good and easygoing. Though he and his mother were anything but wealthy, he was happy with his simple, peaceful life, and as he dreamed his days away, the weeks and months and years went by. One day Taro was in his boat, looking up at the sky and wondering how it would feel to be a seagull, when he felt a great tug on his fishing line. He looked down at the water and saw a large turtle emerge and swim toward him. "Urashima Taro," said the turtle, "I'm the one you saved from those mean little boys a few years back. Do you remember?" Taro was surprised. He'd never seen a talking turtle before. "Yes," he stammered. "I remember, but—" "To show my appreciation," the turtle continued, "I'd like to take you to the Dragon Palace, at the bottom of the sea. Wait till you see it. It's the most beautiful place in the world. If you'll just climb onto my back." Taro wouldn't have missed a chance like that for anything. He set down his fishing pole and stepped out of his boat to sit on the turtle's shell. Down, down, down they went, and the deeper the turtle dived, the more beautiful the scenery became. The bottom of the sea was just as Taro had always imagined, alive with fish of every color, shape, and size, and strange and wonderful flowers that bloom on rocks and cliffs. The turtle passed through a hole in one of the cliffs, and suddenly they were in a fabulous garden of glittering, glistening coral. They swam through the dazzling display of rainbow colors and came at last to a stairway of pearls. Taro looked up and his heart began to pound uncontrollably. Coming down the stairs was the most beautiful maiden he had ever seen. "Welcome, Urashima Taro," said this lovely vision. "I am Otohime, daughter of the Dragon King. The turtle has told me of your kindness. Please let us entertain you here a while as a token of our gratitude." Otohime opened her wondrous golden fan and began a delicate, enchanting dance, accompanied by thousands of brightly colored fish. And so began Urashima Taro's stay in the Dragon Palace. And what a stay it was! Day in, day out, Taro lost himself in pleasures such as no man had ever known. Dancing fish, mouth-watering feasts, strolls in the coral garden with the charming, lovely Otohime. It was a life beyond his wildest dream. Wonderful as it all was, however, it was long before Taro began to miss his village, his little house on the hill, and his kindly old mother. Otohime was quick to notice this change in him. One day, as he sat on a rock dreaming about the flowers around his house, she approached him and said, "You're anxious to return, aren't you, Urashima Taro? I've grown very fond of you, and I wish you could stay forever. But I understand how you feel." She left him for a moment and returned with a small lacquered box. "Perhaps the time has come for you to leave. Before you go, however, please accept this box as a reminder of the time we've spent together. If you find yourself confused by anything you see, all you need to do is lift the lid. Remember, though, if you do open the box, you can never return to the Dragon Palace. The choice is yours. Farewell, Urashima Taro." After these words of parting, Otohime called for the turtle. Taro climbed onto his old friend's back, and together they headed back to the island. "I hope Mother isn't worried about me," thought Taro. "Oh, I can't wait to get home." The turtle left Taro on the shore outside his village. "Thank you," Taro shouted as the turtle swam off again. "Goodbye." He ran down the beach and up the path toward his house. "I'm back! I'm back!" he cried happily to everyone he met. Oddly enough, however, he didn't see anyone he recognized. And when he came to the hill where his house should have been, there was nothing but an empty field of wild flowers. In fact, now that he thought about it, everything looked very different indeed. None of the houses nearby seemed familiar, and even the trees were much bigger than they had been when he left. Taro sat on the ground, confused. He was sure that this was his village, yet nothing seemed to be sane. And where was his house and his dear old mother? Suddenly he remembered Otohime's parting words. "That's it," he said to himself. "If I open this box, I'll be able to figure out what's going on." With trembling hands he lifted the lid. Poof! A great cloud of white smoke rose from inside the box. Taro coughed and rubbed his eyes. He felt very strange indeed. It was as if all his strength and energy had drained away, as if he weighed nothing at all and was drifting in the wind. And imagine his astonishment when he looked down and saw that he now had a long white beard. Suddenly everything was clear. While Taro had passed what he thought were only a few days in the Dragon Palace, hundreds of years had gone by on the land. Urashima Taro looked slowly up at the sky. His life with Otohime in her palace below the waves. Had it all been merely a dream? Or was he dreaming now? The more he thought about it, the less certain he was.